Like when Greg Norman was here, he would always interact with the players. That was pretty cool. We're always there right behind 18 green, you know, when the tournaments are finished. You know, we've seen a couple of guys hit balls out of the water, and some of the interactions, you know, those guys have.
Each year, the PGA Tour season battles over 39 events nationwide. Nearly a quarter of those courses play on Celebration Bermudagrass. This summer, 6 intrepid travelers traverse the Southeast in search of answers to why Celebration is the Bermudagrass of choice for the best golf courses in the country. Who are the supers who prep them for world-class play? And how Celebration continues to perform as a premier grass on the tour. Join the Sod Solutions crew in this 4-part series as they hit the open road to explore beyond the fairways and connect with the turf pros who breathe, eat, and sleep high-quality turf grass and all the rest stops in between. This is Celebration on Tour.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be just fine.
My little box on my map that says thunderstorm warning.
Oh yeah, yeah, look at that. For the Celebration on Tour.
And we're back. Charleston down to Naples. That means 2 guys in a plane, 1 guy in a van, 1 guy in a pickup truck from Immokalee all the way down. Everybody is so excited. We went through the first leg. We had our issues, but we made it through. And now we're here. We're gonna see one of the most beautiful golf courses in the country at Tiburon. And you know, spirits are high. The only thing that everybody is holding their breath for is this time, will we get good weather?
I'm Grayson Grainger, Director of Agronomy at Tiburon Golf Club in Naples, Florida. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
The golf course number 1?
Yes, sir. Follow right around here to your left, that big palm tree, you'll take a left.
Okay.
The driving range will be down there at the end of that, and then the tee's right there, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Man, people get lost all the time. The property was originally 27 holes, so there was three 9s, and then they added a 4th 9 in 2002, and that's when they split them up from the gold course and the black course. Greg Norman design, very kind of rustic, natural. You know, it's evolved some over the years. You know, it was originally all, you know, still all fairway cut, there's no rough, and that's evolved over the years. You know, we've expanded the grass lines, and it's gotten a little more refined than it was, so it's not quite as rugged as it used to be, but it's still pretty natural. You know, a lot of native grasses, waste areas. I mean, we've done 15 tour events since I've been here in 5 years, so there's a lot. We host the CME Group Tour Championship for the LPGA Tour, and we host the Grant Thornton Invitational, the 16 teams, 1 PGA player, 1 LPGA player. And then in February on the black course, we host the Champions Tour, the Chubb Classic. You know, there's not really time to relax. We're just always trying to keep up and stay ahead. When we're fully open, when we're in season, you know, October 1st, you know, through May, you know, the expectations are all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, everything's expected to be at the top of the game.
So is this in your picture right over here? Is this where it's coming right here to the hotel? Yeah, that's really pretty. And so the grandstands all get set up.
Right.
When does that happen?
That'll start later next month, so second half of October.
Okay. So how did you end up with this job? How did you decide you were ready to change and were ready to come south to go to fully warmer weather?
No, I didn't. I wasn't looking. I kind of decided I was probably going to stay put. I grew up kind of near Myrtle Beach, so I was fairly cloose to the same area. And my wife and her family was only 45 minutes away from where we lived. So yeah, I got a call from Dave Nichols, the Troon VP of Agronomy, and just asked if I was interested and come down and check it out. And I thought my wife would say no way, but she actually said, yeah, let's go.
All right.
So that's how we ended up here. On the gold course is almost all celebration. You know, there's no formal rough. There is some like that you see here, some bahia, just for kind of erosion control in some areas. But yeah, pretty much all celebration.
Had you used it before you came here?
I had, yeah. South Florida holds really good color, you know, so good dark green, which everybody likes. We get a lot of play here. So we get a lot of wear and tear, and it holds up well to the cart traffic. Members have been really happy, and pros too. We really get good feedback from the pros. It's easy when you're out there in the grind and you're working hard to think nobody notices, but they do. You know, if you're doing all the right things and you're working hard, you're going to get noticed, and you're going to progress in your career. Oh man! Wow.
Are you a golfer?
I am, yeah.
Still?
Still, yeah. I love to play. I don't play as much as I would like.
So you don't feel like you're at work when you're coming to a golf course, or?
No, especially if I go to another golf course. If I get away from here, I really can relax. I'm just over there in by the path.
All right.
You know, out of all the people in the world that do this, there's not a lot to get to see their work on TV.
No.
So I think that's a privilege.
A very small handful.
Right.
We finally get one good weather day, and it turns out to be on our Tiburon day. And you step foot onto this course, it just opens up into this beautiful garden naturescape.
We won our flight last year. We were in the shootout. We didn't win in the shootout, but we won our flight.
Come on, baby, get some legs.
I grew up on a family farm.
Oh, wow.
So, we grew tobacco, corn, wheat, soybeans, all that. Small farm in South Carolina. High school, I had some buddies that worked on a golf course. Well, that sounds pretty good. They play golf for free,
That's
on a
right.
golf course, play golf for free. So I did that too, and then went to college for a couple of years, and I graduated in 2006.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've probably been doing it for,
A couple
probably
decades almost.
Started in 22, probably 02, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you worked before. That's right.
Right, a little bit on the golf course before, but yeah. I think this year or last year was my 20-year member of the
Wow.
GCSA, so I'm like 20 or 21
Yeah.
years now, I think. Well, it's never boring here. There's always something going on, between, obviously the tour events and then the season. We host a lot of outside events. We host a lot of corporate events, charity events, things like that. It's not simple. There's a lot more that goes into it. But a lot of work behind the scenes. We'll have 40 plus guys here working on the golf course, at 5 a.m. to be ready for a tournament that they're watching on TV at, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
What a way to end it. Deep shame for the production crew. Oh, no. Excellent work.
We're just trying to make the golf course the best we can. But it's cool, we see celebrities out sometimes and like athletes and things like that. So that's really cool to see. We are one of the only high-end public clubs in the area. So, if you're in Naples and you're not a member of a club, there's not a lot of options. If you want to play high-end golf, Tiburon's probably your place, Yeah, guys.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, good.
Oh my gosh.
Look at him.
Oh, he picked the pin.
Thank you. Yeah, man, thank you.
Pin.
Good putt.
Thanks again.
So it was a little shameful for the production crew to get embarrassed over at Tiburon. So this is a little practice round, a little 9-hole. Where are we at?
We're Westminster.
Thank you.
Westminster and right outside of Fort Myers.
Yes. All right. Let's go. Let's have at it.
A little warm-up round.
Well, it turns out on this little golf documentary, we actually got to play a little golf this time, which was very exciting. Shout out to Grayson Grainger for letting us on the course, spending all that time with us. What an amazing course Tiburon is. We have failed to ever leave any gaps in between, so not even another hour in Naples. We're back in the van, heading towards Orlando, Florida. Gonna try to revisit Chris Flynn and see if the weather cooperates this time. Can't wait to see how it goes.
On the next episode of Celebration on Tour, the heat is on. The crew heads to Bay Hill to cash in their rain check from earlier. Will the weather cooperate? Will they get Chris Flynn to dish out Celebration and the Arnold Palmer Invitational? Stay tuned to find out.
Back in Orlando, baby.